We often walk through life assuming that those who smile at us, sit beside us, or share our table are our friends. Yet friendship is not proven by nearness, nor is loyalty proven by words. A man may call you brother today and betray you tomorrow. A woman may praise you to your face and mock you in your absence. To trust blindly is to hand your heart, unguarded, to the very ones who may pierce it. Caution, then, is not bitterness. It is wisdom. For true friendship is rare, a jewel hidden deep in the earth, and only discernment can tell the precious from the false. A friend is not proved by words, but by wounds they are willing to share. Words flow easily, they cost a man nothing. Anyone can call you brother, praise your virtues, or assure you of their loyalty when the skies are clear. But the substance of friendship is not revealed in seasons of peace. It is proven in the fire of trial. When hardship strikes, when loss comes uninvited, when your strength falters and your path darkens, that is when the truth of friendship is tested. A friend is not measured by the comfort of their speech, but by their readiness to step into your suffering, to stand in the gap, to take part in wounds that are not theirs, but become theirs because you carry them. There are many who enjoy the ease of companionship when the days are bright. They laugh at your table, they delight in your victories. They even echo your dreams as though they were their own. But when affliction rises like a storm, their affection dissolves, and they are nowhere to be found. Their loyalty was only a shadow cast by good fortune. It vanished as quickly as it appeared. Such companionship is not friendship at all. It is convenience disguised as devotion. True friendship reveals itself in the opposite way, not in how much someone takes part in your blessings, but in how far they are willing to descend into your burdens. To share in another's wounds is costly. It requires more than comfort. It demands sacrifice. It means choosing to feel the weight of someone else's sorrow when it would be easier to look away. It means enduring mockery or loss for the sake of loyalty. It means binding yourself to another in such a way that their wounds become your wounds, their trials your trials, their pain a cross you willingly help them carry. Such friendship is rare, and this rarity makes it precious. A jewel is not less valuable because it is hard to find. It is valuable precisely because it is not easily obtained. Yet there is wisdom in recognizing this truth. If friendship is measured by wounds shared, then most people who surround you are not true friends. This realization can feel sharp, even lonely, but it protects the heart from the foolishness of trusting every smiling face. For there are many who speak like friends but act like strangers when sacrifice is required. Their words may soothe for a moment, but when you search for them in the midnight hour, they are absent. Better to know this than to deceive yourself with illusions, for the man who discerns true loyalty from false security is stronger than the one who clings to crowds that will not remain. But do not let this truth breed cynicism. The purpose of recognizing false friendship is not to close your heart, but to guard it. For though many companions are shallow, true friends do exist, and when you find such a one, you will know them not by their promises but by their endurance. They are the ones who stay when silence falls, who defend you when it costs them, who weep with you without seeking their own advantage. Their presence does not erase your wounds, but their willingness to carry them makes the burden lighter, and in their loyalty you glimpse something eternal. Therefore, be slow to call every companion a friend. Do not measure friendship by words, for words are cheap. Test it by the willingness to share in wounds, for wounds reveal what words cannot. And when you find such a friend, treasure them as a gift more valuable than gold. For in a world where loyalty is fleeting and affection often shallow, the one who suffers with you is the one who truly loves you. Those who flatter you often love themselves, not you. Flattery is a subtle chain, draped in the sweetness of words, but forged in the iron of self-interest. It is not a gift offered to uplift you, but a mirror held to magnify the one who speaks. For when a person flatters, they are not concerned with truth, but with gain. They praise not to honor you, but to secure favor, influence, or advantage. Their affection is shallow, their admiration is hollow, and beneath their polished compliments lies a devotion not to your good, but to their own advancement. It is easy to be deceived by flattery because it sounds like encouragement. It mimics the voice of love, yet it lacks its substance. True encouragement speaks honestly. It celebrates your virtues, but also warns of your faults. It honors you with truth, even when truth stings. Flattery, however, will never risk offending you, for its goal is not your growth, but your approval. It feeds your pride to feed itself. It tells you what you long to hear, not what you need to hear, and in doing so it blinds you to danger. Many have been led astray, not by enemies who cursed them, but by flatterers who praised them into folly. Consider how easily pride swells under the constant whisper of sweet words. A man begins to believe he is greater than he is, wiser than he is, safer than he is. The flattery that once delighted him becomes the very poison that destroys him, and the flatterer. They vanish when the benefit is gone, for their loyalty was never with him. It was always with themselves. This is why those who flatter love themselves, not you. For their kindness is calculated, their praise rehearsed, their devotion a mask worn only so long as it serves their own ends. To discern between genuine encouragement and empty flattery is one of the highest forms of wisdom. Ask yourself, does this person love me enough to correct me? Do they remain near when I stumble, or only when I shine? Do they risk offending me with truth, or do they only ever echo my pride? A true friend will sometimes wound you with honesty, but those wounds heal into strength. A flatterer will soothe you with lies, and those lies will leave you weaker. Better a painful truth that saves than a pleasant lie that destroys. The danger of flattery lies not only in the speaker, but in the heart that craves it. If we hunger for praise above all else, we make ourselves easy prey for those who would manipulate us. The cure, then, is humility. When your worth is rooted in truth rather than in applause, you are less likely to be deceived by hollow words. Humility is a shield against the charm of flattery, for the humble heart does not need to be constantly exalted. It seeks honesty, not embellishment. So beware of those who drown you in compliments, who never challenge you, who only reflect back the image you wish to see. Their affection is not love. It is a tool, and you are the means to their end. True love risks displeasing you to protect you, but false love delights you to control you. Remember, then, that those who flatter you often love themselves, not you. And in remembering, guard your heart, for it is better to walk with one honest friend in silence than with a crowd of flatterers singing praises that mean nothing. Trust is a treasure, and only the worthy may hold it. Trust is not a casual thing to be scattered like seeds upon the wind, nor a coin to be spent recklessly in every marketplace of human interaction. It is more like a jewel, carefully formed over years, shining with a brilliance that must be guarded from thieves. To trust another is to place in their hands something of your own soul, believing they will not shatter it. It is to open the gates of your heart, allowing another to enter and dwell without suspicion. But not all who smile are trustworthy, and not all who approach do so with pure intentions. Thus, wisdom demands that trust be granted sparingly, and only to those who have proven themselves faithful. The danger of misplaced trust is great. A careless heart may believe that kindness equals loyalty, or that pleasant words equal sincerity. Yet history and experience testify otherwise. Betrayal is often born not from enemies, but from those once welcomed as friends. The sting of treachery does not lie in the malice of strangers, but in the breaking of trust once given freely. To trust unworthily is to hand a dagger to another and be surprised when they use it against you. For this reason, discernment is not coldness, it is protection. Trust should never be blind, for blindness in this matter leads to wounds that could have been avoided. Trust is built, not claimed. Words may promise it, but only actions prove it. A person may swear loyalty in the light, but if they abandon you in the dark, their promises were empty. Worthy trust is measured by consistency, by the pattern of deeds that reveal the true character of a soul. One who is faithful in small matters can be trusted with greater ones. But one who betrays in minor things should not be entrusted with your deepest secrets, for they have already shown the weakness of their heart. A man's character is not discovered in his speeches but in his sacrifices, not in his boasts but in his behavior when no reward is near. To call trust a treasure is to acknowledge its rarity, for in a world filled with ambition, self-interest, and deceit, few are those who value your heart more than their own gain. Many will approach for what they can take, few for what they can give. It is a mistake, then, to scatter trust upon all equally. Doing so is not kindness, it is folly. True kindness discerns the worth of each soul and grants trust as an honor to those who have earned it. To withhold trust from the unworthy is not cruelty, it is justice. For just as gold is not thrown to swine, so the treasure of trust should not be given to those who would trample it. Yet, though trust must be guarded, it must not be buried. To never trust at all is to imprison yourself in loneliness. A heart that locks itself away from all risk also locks itself away from love. For love cannot live without trust, and friendship cannot grow without risk. The challenge, then, is not to abandon trust, but to place it wisely. A worthy friend, though rare, does exist. They prove themselves by their constancy, by their willingness to endure hardship with you, by their refusal to exploit your vulnerability. Such a one does not demand trust, but earns it, slowly, steadily, through faithfulness. When you find such a soul, the treasure of trust shines most brightly. To entrust yourself to one who is worthy is to discover peace, for you no longer carry every burden alone. You find strength in shared vulnerability, safety in mutual loyalty. Trust, once placed in the right hands, becomes not a weakness but a fortress. It binds hearts together in a bond that cannot easily be broken. It is this kind of trust that enriches life, making it more than a solitary journey. Therefore, guard your trust, for it is more valuable than wealth, more fragile than glass, more powerful than strength. Give it not to those who flatter, nor to those who vanish in trial, nor to those whose loyalty bends with the wind. Reserve it for the steadfast, for the one whose actions are as sure as their words, whose devotion does not falter when tested. Trust is a treasure, and like all treasures, it must be kept from thieves and shared only with those who have proven themselves worthy to hold it. In doing so, you protect your heart, you honor your soul, and you prepare a place where love and friendship may flourish securely. Caution in friendship is not distrust of all, but protection from the false. There is a delicate balance every soul must learn as it journeys through the world, how to keep the heart open enough to love, yet guarded enough to avoid destruction. Many mistake caution for cynicism, imagining that to be careful with trust is to walk in suspicion of everyone. But suspicion poisons the soul and isolates it from genuine connection. True caution is not the enemy of friendship, it is its safeguard. For just as a wise gardener does not fear planting seeds, but knows to guard them from weeds, so too the wise soul does not fear friendship, but learns to guard the heart from those who would corrupt it. The error lies in extremes. There are those who, having been betrayed, retreat into walls so thick no one can enter. They mistake self-preservation for wisdom, yet in their effort to avoid pain, they also avoid love. On the other side are those who, desiring companionship, open themselves recklessly to all. They hand out their trust freely, pouring their hearts into the hands of strangers, only to find those hands careless or cruel. Both paths are flawed, for the first leaves the heart barren, and the second leaves it wounded. True caution is the middle way, not a denial of friendship, but a careful discernment of who is truly a friend. To live with caution is to recognize that not every smile hides sincerity, not every promise is born of loyalty, and not every companion wishes you well. There are those who attach themselves for benefit, those who flatter for gain, and those who vanish when adversity arrives. To walk cautiously is not to deny their existence, but to acknowledge it, and in acknowledging, to guard yourself from their harm. Yet even as you guard, you do not grow bitter. You do not condemn all men for the betrayal of a few, nor abandon hope because falsehood exists. Instead, you train your sight to see deeper, to weigh actions above words, endurance above flattery, and truth above charm. Caution is love made wise. It is the refusal to cheapen trust by giving it without measure. It is the choice to protect the heart so that when true friendship comes, it may be received in full. For if you spend your trust on the false, your heart will grow weary, wounded, and reluctant to give again. But if you keep your trust guarded until it is earned, then when you give it, it becomes a gift of immeasurable worth. A friend who receives such trust knows they hold something precious, and they will guard it with equal care. Consider that even Christ, who loved perfectly, did not entrust himself to all. He welcomed multitudes with compassion, yet he chose 12 to walk closely with him, and even among them, 3 were nearer than the rest. And still, among the 12, 1 betrayed him. If betrayal touched even perfect love, then it is no weakness in us to be cautious. It is wisdom. The heart must be wide enough to love many, yet wise enough to trust few. This is not suspicion, but stewardship, the careful keeping of what is sacred. When you live with such caution, you will not be easily deceived by the false, nor will you miss the beauty of the true. You will know that flattery is not loyalty, that presence in prosperity is not proof of friendship, and that the one who stands with you in suffering is worth more than 100 who cheer for you. In triumph, you will not be hardened, but you will be discerning. You will not be suspicious, but you will be wise. And in this balance you will find peace, for your heart will no longer be tossed between betrayal and isolation. Therefore, let caution be your guard, not your prison. Do not close yourself off from friendship, for to do so is to live half a life. But do not open yourself to all, for to do so is to invite ruin. Instead, walk carefully, testing by truth, judging by actions, and weighing by time. Let caution keep you safe from the false, so that when the true comes, you may welcome it without fear. For caution in friendship is not distrust of all, but protection from the false, and in this protection, your heart finds both safety and freedom.